Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya. Our loving adorations to our revered and beloved Holy Master, Gurudev Swami Sivananda, in whose spiritual presence we are all listening to today's presentation. By his wish alone have I been asked to present today, and through his grace alone am I able to make this tiny offering. May every cell in this body continue to be enlightened by this embodiment of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, known to us in this birth as Swami Sivananda, and in every birth as Gurudev. Every word, every letter, and every syllable in this presentation comes from the epitome of divinity. Everything offered today to Gurudev emanates from Gurudev. May this 30-minute journey carry us closer to Gurudev's feet, our only desire in this birth. Salutations, adorations, prostrations to Guru. Guru is Brahma, Guru is Shiva, Guru is Vishnu. Guru is Father, Guru is Mother, Guru is real friend. Serve him with all bhava, wet with bhakti. He will teach you Brahma Vidya, show the divine path. Service of Guru is a great purifier. Today, I am tasked with addressing 3 topics. Bhakti Yoga from the Guru Gita, the importance of the Guru, and how to overcome daily challenges. I have chosen to speak of each of these only from the perspective of Gurudev, because he is the only spiritual reality that I can relate to. Gurudev is God himself, manifesting in a personal form to guide us as aspirants. You can never imagine how lucky we are. It is inconceivable how Gurudev manifested as Swamiji and carefully brought us back into Gurudev's palms. Safely we nestle there, protected and comforted. Always remember that the grace of God takes the form of the Guru. To see the Guru is to see God. Guru and God are one. Guru inspires devotion in others. His presence purifies all. The Satguru is Brahman himself. He is an ocean of bliss, knowledge and mercy. He is the captain of your soul. He is the fountain of joy. He removes all the troubles, sorrows and obstacles. He shows you the right divine path. He tears your veil of ignorance. He makes you immortal and divine. He transmutes your lower diabolical nature. He gives you the rope of knowledge and saves you when you are drowning in this ocean of samsara. Do not consider him to be only a man. If you take him as a man, you are a beast. Worship your Guru and bow to him with reverence. Guru is God. A word from him is a word from God. Every time we attend satsang, we recite from the Guru Gita, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Paramamma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. The Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is Maheshwara, the Guru is verily the Parabrahman. Salutations to that Guru. Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Padam, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. The root of meditation is the form of the Guru. The root of worship is the feet of the Guru. The root of mantra is the word of the Guru. The root of liberation is the grace of the Guru. As human beings, we can learn only from other human beings, and hence God appears in a human body in order to teach us. In the Guru, you have your human ideal of perfection. He is the pattern from which you wish to mold yourself. Your mind will readily be convinced that such a great soul is fit to be worshipped and revered. See how Swamiji lets us into a deep secret. There is no big person and advanced person and big swamis and spiritual heads and so on. Anyone can get God. One small action of yours might bear so much fruit. But Gurudev knows, God knows, and he knows how much to give. Swamiji very quietly tells us who Gurudev is. Choosing the Guru. If you find peace in the presence of a Mahatma, if you are inspired by his speeches, if he is able to clear your doubts, if he is free from greed, anger and lust, if he is selfless, loving and eyeless, you can take him as your Guru. He who is able to clear your doubts, he who is sympathetic in your sadhana, he who does not disturb your beliefs but helps you on from where you are, he in whose very presence you feel spiritually elevated, he is your Guru. Once you choose your Guru, implicitly follow him. God will guide you through the Guru. But we have been exceptionally fortunate because Gurudev found every one of us. For a beginner in the spiritual path, a Guru is necessary. To light a candle, you need a burning candle. Even so, an illumined soul alone can enlighten another soul. The mind will mislead you very often. The Guru will be able to remove pitfalls and obstacles and lead you along the right path. He will tell you, this road leads you to moksha. This one leads you to bondage. The scriptures are like a forest. There are ambiguous passages, there are passages that are apparently contradictory, and others that have esoteric meanings, diverse significance, and hidden explanations. There are cross-references. You are in need of a guru or preceptor who will explain to you the right meaning, who will remove doubts and ambiguities, who will place before you the essence of the teachings. A guru is absolutely necessary for every aspirant in the spiritual path. It is only the guru who will find out your defects. The nature of egoism is such that you will not be able to find out your own defects. Just as a man cannot see his back, so also he cannot see his own errors. You must live under the guidance of a guru for the eradication of evil qualities and defects. The aspirant who is under the guidance of a master or guru is safe from being led astray. Satsanga or association with the guru is an armor and fortress to guard you against all temptations and unfavorable forces of the material world. Stick to one guru. From one doctor, you get a prescription. From two doctors, you get a consultation. From three doctors, you get your own cremation. Even so, if you have many gurus, you will be bewildered. You will be at a loss to know what to do. One guru will tell you, do Soham Japa. Another will tell you, do Japa of Sri Ram. A third guru will tell you, hear Anahata sounds. You will be puzzled. Stick to Gurudev and follow Gurudev's instruction. Listen to all if you want to, but follow Gurudev. Respect all, but adore Gurudev. Gather knowledge from all, but adopt the teachings of our Master. Then you will have rapid spiritual progress. Grace and self-effort. Realization cannot come to you as a miracle performed by Gurudev. Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus, Ramatirtha have all done sadhana. Lord Krishna asks Arjuna to develop vairagya and abhyasa. He did not say to him, I will give you mukti now. Therefore, abandon the wrong notion that Gurudev will give you samadhi and mukti. Strive, purify, meditate and realize. Guru Kripa, grace of the Guru, is very necessary. That does not mean that the disciple should sit idle. He must do rigid spiritual practices. The whole work must be done by the student. Nowadays, people want a drop of water from the kamandalu of a sannyasin and desire to enter into samadhi immediately. They are not prepared to undergo any sadhana for purification and self-realization. They want a magic pill to push them into samadhi. If you have such a delusion, give it up immediately. The greatness of Guru. The eye that sees not the beauty of the Guru's lotus feet is really blind. The ear that hears not the glory of the Guru's Leela is really deaf. Life without a Guru is death. There is no treasure like the wealth of Guru's grace. There is no safe boat like Satsanga of Guru to cross the ocean of samsara. There is no friend like the spiritual teacher. There is no abode like Guru's lotus feet. Remember the Guru at all times. No doubt, Gurudev's blessings can do everything. How can one have his blessings? By pleasing Gurudev. Gurudev will be pleased with his disciple only if the disciple carries out his spiritual instructions implicitly. Carefully follow, therefore, the instructions of Gurudev. Then only will you deserve his blessings. Ignoring Guru Bhakti Yoga ensures greater ignorance for the disciple. He who has turned his face from the path of Guru Bhakti Yoga goes from death to death, from darkness to darkness, and ignorance to ignorance. Practice of Guru Bhakti Yoga offers a clear, definite path for the realization of the highest end of life. Practice of Guru Bhakti Yoga is open to one and all. All great souls, all masterminds have done great work through the practice of Guru Bhakti Yoga. Guru Bhakti Yoga includes all yogas. Without taking recourse to Guru Bhakti Yoga, nobody can practice other yogas which are hard to tread. Next, I address the issue of how to overcome daily challenges. Swamiji tells us in Path of Divine Grace that complete faith in Gurudev will provide us with the protection. Even if Gurudev is not in our midst, he will be inwardly aware and is ever with us. So the most important thing is to have that wonderful faith. If you have that faith, then the power will work without fail. It will work with scientific precision. Even if the Guru is not aware of it, on the surface, inwardly, he will be aware of it. See Swami Sahajananda, Path of Divine Grace. Gurudev says, God tests our faith at every step. If it is enduring and springs from the depths of our heart, it will not falter. All the problems we experience are tests from Gurudev. Gurudev tests our faith regularly by placing obstacles on our path. We should always remember that despite these tests, Gurudev always provides the solutions as well. Complete self-surrender in these troubled times is essential. If you know that Gurudev is ever with you and is always protecting you, then you should have no fear. With Gurudev's name on your lips and constant chanting of the divine name, all ill effects of our troubles are mitigated. We may still have problems, but they will be bearable. Swamiji states that for peace of mind, the divine name cannot be excelled. So always keep it on your lips during the day. It will give you protection and peace. Surrender to God and Guru must go hand in hand with the chanting of the divine name. Surrender does not mean surrendering the current. You must surrender everything to God, all your past, your present, and your future, all your good and bad actions. Then God will take them away. So says Swami Sahajananda in Path of Divine Grace. Gurudev says that the present conflict, turmoil and unrest prevalent all over the world is basically due to the lack of this most essential quality of discrimination. If you seriously reflect over the goal of life and analyze your thoughts, actions and words, then you will not give vent to rash and thoughtless actions. Cheerfully face every problem that comes to you. Always feel that everything happens for good only. Surrender to God at all times. Be optimistic and have perfect faith in God. Do not give way to worry, fear and anxiety. Always know that whatever has happened for the best. So said Swami Sivananda. Meditate on these formulae. God does everything. God is just. God does everything for our good. Swamiji also said that we should constantly chant the simple mantra, Gurudev, give me strength and courage to face the tests and trials of daily life. This is amongst the most important extracts from Swamiji's 1986 talk, titled, When the Master Solves Your Problem. When the Master solves your problem, he makes a thorough job of it. He solves it once and for all. We in the Divine Life Society should never have any fear of the future. If we have trust in Gurudev, the problem will be solved completely. To us, there's no political problem, no economic problem, there's no problem at all. But you'll have to have that trust. You'll have to have that knowledge from inside. And this is what Gurudev told. He said, look, what have you to fear, because the whole universe is being controlled by me. I am the whole universe. I am manifesting everywhere. I am running everything. What is there for you to look after? The ashram belongs to me. I made it. I'm running it. When I finish with it, I'll get rid of it. So what is there for you to worry about? This comes from Swami Sahajananda's speech delivered on the 10th July 1986. Most reassuring for all devotees. An extract taken from May I Answer That. A devotee asks, difficulties and anxieties upset me in every way. Failure and troubles face me on every side. Domestic duties trouble my sadhana. What shall I do, my Lord? Gurudev replies, don't be afraid. Remember the saying, even this will pass away. Write this on a piece of paper in bold types and fix it on the wall in your room. Difficulties and troubles are agama paya. They come and go. Read verse 14 in chapter 2 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Become a hero. Stand firm as a rock. Live in the center. Live in Om. Live in truth, O Atma. Nothing can shake you. Difficulties will make you more strong and endow you with more endurance. Verse 14 in chapter 2 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as referred to by Gurudev, states the following. The context of the senses with the objects, O son of Kunti, which causes heat and cold, pleasure and pain, have a beginning and an end. They are impermanent. Endure them bravely, O Arjuna. The commentary on this states, cold is pleasant at one time and painful at another. Heat is pleasant in winter, but painful in summer. The same object that gives pleasure at one time gives pain at another time. So the sense contacts that give rise to the sensations of heat and cold, pleasure and pain come and go. Therefore, they are impermanent in nature. The objects come in contact with the senses, namely skin, ear, eye, nose, etc. And the sensations are carried by the nerves to the mind, which has its seat in the brain. It is the mind that feels pleasure and pain. One should try to bear patiently heat and cold, pleasure and pain, and develop a balanced state of mind. We should pay attention very carefully to Swamiji's succinct statement in the Path of Divine Grace, Volume 4, page 45. Swamiji states, we should pay more attention, as Gurudev says, to the snakes that are inside us, that hiss and go on biting us so many times, and we go on feeding them. Not only is there one cobra, but several varieties of cobras, mambas, and all the big varieties. The puff adders, they hiss a lot. So, in essence, those who leave everything in God's hand will eventually see God's hand in everything. If we leave all the troubles in God's hand, then God will take care of everything. Gurudev asks us to repeat a few formulae. Repeat this formula very often and with intense faith. The Lord is my strength, my support, and my stay. Thus, you will derive strength, power, and peace. God knows what is best for you, and He does what is best for you. His ways are mysterious. Know His ways and become wise. Do not pray to the Lord for the removal of sufferings. Pray to Him to grant you power of endurance and patience to bear all calamities. A devotee remains unaffected by adversities, trials, and tribulations. He knows and feels that they are all karmic purgations and are the real messengers of God. He welcomes them calmly. A devotee alone gets troubles and adversities because this is his last birth. Many karmas have to be worked out, and he must be united with the Lord in this very birth. God gives immense strength and patience to his devotee to bear troubles and calamities. The devotee is ever calm and cheerful. He is not affected by them, as his mind ever dwells in the contemplation of the Lord. He is not body conscious. Murmur not, grumble not. Even a leaf cannot fall without the will of God. What is destined to take place as willed by God takes place. Face the difficulties, the battle of life with a smile. Become a brave soldier. Difficulties come to intensify your faith, to strengthen your will and power of endurance, and to turn your mind more and more towards God. Pain is the great eye-opener. It is your silent teacher. It will make you remember God. Kunti prayed, O Lord Krishna, give me pain always so that I may ever remember you. The more troubles and adversities you get, the stronger and firmer will be your faith in God. They will mold you into a divine being. Welcome them. Seek God's grace through self-surrender, and He will show you the way. Transient are all mundane things. Evanescent are all earthly forms. Seek the immortal and attain bliss eternal. Self-surrender is a safe and sure means of God realization. Surrender yourself and all your belongings to the feet of the Supreme. Live a life of godliness. Think that nothing is yours and that everything belongs to God. This is surrender to God. Give the power of attorney to God. Let Him do whatever He wants. You will have no worry and no anxiety. You will be peaceful. If the mind says, I am thine, O Lord. If the ego says, I must become a high court judge. If the intellect says, I am a great devotee. If the chitta says, I must attain siddhis. This will not constitute perfect, unreserved surrender. This is only cheating the Lord, the inner ruler and witness. After surrendering to the Lord, you should not grumble, fret, and fume when any trouble comes. You should not complain to the Lord. O Lord, you have no eyes, you have no compassion. If you complain, then there is no meaning in your surrender. Through surrender, the devotee immerses himself into the eternal essence. You can endear yourself to the Lord only by self-surrender. The more the surrender, the more the grace. In difficulties and struggles, God will give you the strength and inner peace to bear them. This is His grace. Constant remembrance of the Lord, constant recitation of His name will fill your heart with sattva, which is purity, and immense strength and peace to face the most trying conditions with perfect calmness and serenity. Have perfect trust in God. Surrender to Him. Place yourself in His loving care. Do this with your whole heart and mind with perfect confidence and faith. Worry not about your future, about money, about your health. He will take care of you. You will have plenty. You will have immense strength and wonderful health. Always remember that where there is Guru, there is God. Remember always this point well. He who seeks Guru seeks God. He who seeks God makes the Guru. Hari Om. May Gurudev shower his choicest blessings upon all of you in this most trying times that we experience. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Hari Om and welcome to all who have tuned in to today's lesson. A special welcome to our dear spiritual darlings. I do hope that you are all well and keeping safe. Our lesson for this morning is on saints and sages of India, both ancient and modern. Let us begin by describing who a saint or sage is. Saints and sages are agents of God born on earth. God reveals Himself in His full glory, wisdom, and power in the life of a saint or sage. They are living symbols of religion. These are some of the qualities of saints and sages. They are compassionate and fearless. They possess an aura of love and purity. They see God in all beings and creatures. A saint is holy and a sage is wise. The role of a saint or sage is to uphold spiritual values in the world, to make important contributions to spread Hinduism throughout the world. Saints and sages live to serve all beings and are universal in their teachings. We will now briefly learn more about some ancient sages and saints. Sri Adi Shankara was born into a very poor family in the village of Kaladi near Kerala in the 8th century. His mother educated him in all our holy scriptures. As a young boy, he was very intelligent, and by the age of 16, he mastered the Holy Gita, the Upanishads, and the Brahma Sutras. He was initiated by his guru, and he preached throughout the length and breadth of India, giving Hinduism a new life. Sri Sankara was one of the greatest sages Mother India ever produced. He founded 4 ashrams in different parts of India. He was a mastermind and a giant soul. He passed away at the early age of 32. The idol of Sri Sankara can be found in many temples throughout the world and also in temples here in Durban. If you get a chance, you can visit the Sri Kamachiamman Temple in Newlands West, where you will find an idol of Sri Sankara. Mirabai was regarded as an incarnation of Radha, the great devotee of Lord Krishna. She was born in the year 1502 in Rajputna into a royal family. As a child, she received an idol of Lord Krishna as a gift. She began to love the idol of Lord Krishna and would spend much of her time bathing and dressing it. She danced around it, singing beautiful songs. She used to talk to the idol, and to her, this was the living form of Lord Krishna. Although she was a princess, she gave up the pleasures and luxury of royal life and lived a life of simplicity and devotion. Her soul-stirring and devotional songs in praise of Lord Krishna are sung even today all over India. Mirabai danced in the streets, singing the name of her Lord. To her, Lord Krishna was her father, mother, friend, protector, and guru. She composed many poems and was one of the greatest women saints of her times. Swami Tyagaraja was born in the year 1767 in Thiruvarur, South India. He was highly devoted to Lord Rama and had his darshan or vision of the Lord many times. He was a well-known musician saint and is today known as the father of South Indian music. Tyagaraja regarded music as a way to experience God's love. Once, the king of Pudukottai, which is a district in Tamil Nadu, placed an unlit lamp and challenged singers to light it only by singing a song. Tyagaraja prayed to the Lord and then sang the raga Jyoti Swarupani. The lamp at once lit itself. Imagine that. He sang with such love and bhakti to perform this miracle. Despite Tyagaraja being poor, he was always humble and never cared for wealth and possession. He is said to have composed 24,000 kirtans in praise of Lord Rama, most of which are in Telugu and some in Sanskrit. About 500 of these are still sung today. This year, the Swami Tyagaraja festival was held on the 22nd of May. This is a festival in honor of Swami Tyagaraja and his kirtans. The event was live-streamed and featured many of our talented local artists and musicians. We will now look at the life of Swami Vivekananda, one of the modern saints, who was born in January 1863 in Kolkata, West Bengal. In his childhood, he loved animals and birds. He kept cows, monkeys, goats, and peacocks too. He was a Hindu monk, and his guru was Sri Ramakrishna. He believed that service to God could be rendered by service to humankind. Swami Vivekananda had a high degree of concentration. He was a very enthusiastic reader from his childhood. His interests were English, history, and spiritualism. He had an extraordinary reading and memorizing ability. He could easily read and memorize 10 giant volumes of the Encyclopedia Britannica in one single reading alone. When he was asked a few questions by one of his disciples based on the encyclopedias, he could relate the answers word by word. He was instrumental in introducing the Indian philosophies of Vedanta and yoga to the Western world. Vedanta means the teachings contained in our holy scriptures the Vedas. Public speaking was his great skill. He is perhaps best known for his speech, which began with the words, "Sisters and Brothers of America," in which he introduced Hinduism at the first Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago in 1893, where he represented India. Swami Vivekananda was the founder of the Ramakrishna Math and the Ramakrishna Mission. He died at the age of 39. His birth date is celebrated as National Youth Day in India. We can therefore say that India is a very sacred land which has produced many saints and sages, yogis and prophets. There is certainly a great link that binds us to the India of ancient times. It is the only country in the world whose religion and culture remains unbroken. The teachings of the Gurus are as relevant today as they were hundreds of years ago. It is the land that has produced many great religious leaders and spiritual heroes, including our Divine Master and our Guru. Sri Swami Shivananda, the well-known spiritual master of the 20th century, born on 8th September 1887 in Pathamadai, Tamil Nadu. From childhood, the master possessed the spirit of giving freely and always shared whatever he had with others. As a student, the master was brilliant in the classroom as well as on the sports field. He was remarkably intelligent and had an excellent memory. He was bold and cheerful. He kept healthy and was regular in gymnastics and exercises. Keeping healthy was as important as learning. Thus, he chose a medical career to serve others. Although he was fully engaged in his work at the hospital and being a doctor in private practice in Malaya, the master also performed his daily spiritual practices. After serving selflessly, the master had a new vision. He wanted to seek God and returned to Rishikesh. One day, while sitting on the banks of the holy Ganges, he was met by a venerable saint, Swami Vishwananda, who was attracted by the master's spiritual aura. Swami Vishwananda initiated the master then and there. It was the 1st of June, 1924, 97 years ago. The master founded Divine Life Society in 1936. He blessed us with divine knowledge in the form of more than 250 books. His life was a perfect example of the teachings of the Holy Scriptures. He radiated love because he was filled with the love of God. Swami Shivananda merged in God on July 14, 1963, leaving behind numerous followers all over the world to spread his gospel of love and service. The greatest gift that Sri Gurudev bestowed upon us was our beloved Puja Swamiji. Puja Swamiji taught us the importance of loyalty and devotion to the Guru. This is what Puja Swamiji said, and I quote, "The Guru is a superhuman being. If we surrender to our Guru, it is his duty to protect us." Unquote. Puja Swamiji also reiterated that, and I quote, "A million lives would not be enough to dedicate to such a saint. Make the best use of this grace." Unquote. In summary, we can establish that the purpose of the lives of saints and sages was to preserve, protect, and spread the teachings of religion to the world. They have thus provided paths to guide millions of people to lead meaningful, righteous, and happy lives. All saints and sages of humankind, irrespective of their religious and cultural backgrounds, need to be revered by all true spiritual seekers and devotees. During this auspicious period, let us express our gratitude and reverence to our Guru, Swami Shivananda, and to beloved Puja Swami Sahajananda for all they have provided for us. Let us offer thanks for their blessings and protection, especially during this pandemic. I hope that you have enjoyed this lesson. Please do take care and Hari Om to all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Hari Om, dear camp participants. Thank you for tuning into our Yoga Camp online lessons. Please note that satsang will commence at 11 a.m. and a WhatsApp link will be sent to you shortly. Om.